equivalent machine language program. The assembler checks each line for errors before execution, and so debugging also becomes easier. Advantages and disadvantages. Second generation has both advantages as well as disadvantages. So let's go through advantages first. It is easier to understand, easy to debug, it is memory efficient, easy to modify than machine languages, require less number of instructions. These are advantages. Disadvantages: slower than machine language as it is need translators, cannot be executed in small size computers, cannot run on computers made by different manufacturers as machines are different, difficult to remember syntax. Third generation languages or high level languages. Third generation languages refers to high level language that are a step above assembly language. Some of popular programming languages used today are from third generation languages. As you can see on your screen, C, C++, Java, Basic. These are what different third generation languages, right? Okay. Programmers can use their own variables, making it easier to understand than assembly language. Basic, C, C++, Java are some popular examples of high-level languages. High-level language in third generation mainly used a compiler or an interpreter. Both of them are used to convert source code into machine language, which is object code. Interpreter. The interpreter executes the program by converting one instruction at a time to machine code. If an error occurs during the execution, the interpretation task stops and program needs to be executed again from the first instruction. The compiler was created for third generation programming language. The high level languages uses a lot of English words, and the compiler converts the entire written program into one object code. This is later run by the CPU. This is better than an assembler because the compiler does not check the code line by line. Instead, the entire program is executed in one go. Some programming languages that use compiler are C, C++, Pascal, Java. Third generation language had both advantages as well as disadvantages. So let's go through advantages first. Easier to understand than assembly language, easier to learn and debug, machine independent, less error with more productivity. Disadvantages: needs more powerful computers to run, needs additional translation time, slower than low-level languages, less memory efficient. Let's get familiar with some popular three-generation programming languages. C. C was created by Dennis Ritchie in 1972 while he was working at Bell Laboratories. This was an upgraded version to the B programming languages. The language gained popularity and commercial success over the years. Even today, C is widely used programming language. Java. Java is an object-oriented programming language created by James Gosling in 1995. Java is widely used because of its platform independence. A Java program needs to be written once and it can run anywhere. C++. C++ was created by Bajan Stroup in Bell Laboratories in 1979. C++ is an upgraded and object-oriented version of C programming language. This language was designed with the motive of making C more flexible and efficient. Python. Python is an open source and free to use programming language. It was created in 1999 by Guido van Rossum. Python is an interpreted language. It didn't need a compiler, as interpreter could run the program in all target computers. Because of its high-level language and easy-to-read syntax, it is considered a good language for beginners. Fourth generation language. Fourth generation language are closer to human language than other high-level language. They allow multiple common operations to be performed with a single programmer entered command. They are intended to be easier for user than previous generation language. These languages are programmer friendly as they use graphical interface, drag drop, touch screen support and icons. Fourth generation languages are designed to reduce the overall time, effort and cost of software development. Fourth generation language contain the ability to add 3rd generation code into their language and develop it further for business purpose. These kinds of languages are mainly used for working with database and other data processes. Some examples of 4th generation language are SQL, Wave, Metafont, etc. Advantages and disadvantages of 4th generation language. So पहले एडवांटेज देख लेते हैं. तो सबसे पहला एडवांटेज क्या है? प्रोग्रामर फ्रेंडली, फास्टर डेवलपमेंट, कंटेन्स फीचर ऑफ 3GL, थर्ड जनरेशन लैंग्वेज, इजी टू मेंटेन. अब डिसएडवांटेज देख लेते हैं. नीड्स मोर स्पेस टू बी स्टोर्ड, executed at a slower speed by the CPU. Complex languages are suitable only for business oriented programs. So these are what advantages and disadvantages. These are various advantages and disadvantages of a computer program in 4th generation language that we have studied till now. अभी तक हम लोगों ने देखा कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेज की इम्पोर्टेंस क्या होती है, अलग अलग तरह की लैंग्वेजेस जो कंप्यूटर में अभी तक यूज़ हुई, ये सब स्ट्रक्चर्स हमने अभी पढ़ के देखा, राइट. सो वन बाय वन देख. अभी हम क्या करते हैं, एक बार ब्रीफ में आपके लिए फिर से रिवाइज कर देते हैं. जिनको नहीं समझ में आए इस वीडियो में इनको और अच्छे से